lost my heart and hope to die. Welcome to my dark side.
Hello everybody, this is Baron and Bear's going to be another video guide for the mobile game Whiteout Survival. This is going to be going over the Hero Rally, okay? It's the event. If you go to the events, I think it's in here, hopefully. Go to the calendar, go to the hero. This is the last day. That's why I'm making this video, because, I don't know, I just have issues with this. And you can see now it's going to start to have fire crystals, so that could be something. Maybe in the next one, maybe I'll save this until I'll make part of this will be for the next day. But as you can see, you're only getting Philly shards, and I'm on the fence on this. I don't think that they're doing this right. This is not going to encourage people to buy for these, I think. The hero pack, if you go to the deals to buy the pack, unlock it, it's $10, and you're only going to get 20 shards of Philly. Well, you know, if you do the math on this, okay, if we go to the daily deals, go to the very top right in that gem cart, go to the dailies to the left, and as you can see, you get 6 shards of Philly, okay, automatically. And then you get 4 chests of Philly as the rewards for each of this packs. So for $5 every day you can spend for this, okay? You will be able to purchase this daily pack from the 40 day of your server to the 120 days. This is 80 days you can get this pack, okay? Now, if you look at this here, you go here and get the details. Okay, you're guaranteed at least 1 shard. Okay, that's at least. Okay, I did it. I got maybe, when I first bought this pack, I got maybe 6 more from this, so I got a total of maybe, I think, 12 shards. Okay, now you do the math. This is $5. This is $10. Okay, so if you got lucky like me a little bit, you got 24 shards for 20 shards for this. Okay, for the same price. It's not something that encouraged me want to buy this. You do get some gems, okay. You do get some of these books, which, you know, I guess it's okay. A little bit of enhancement. You get 12 keys. I don't know. I think this should be 20 keys. Maybe I'd buy it, but I still doubt I would. The 3-hour speed up, that's probably the only good thing. Maybe 28. But, you know, you playing this game at this point, okay, you're on the server for 40, 2 months or so into the game. Are you really trying to push fast to get speed ups and everything? In my opinion, I disagree. I don't think at that point you're really trying to push to get speed ups if you're a low spender or whatnot. This pack, Hero Rally, in my opinion, this should be a low spender type of thing for players, because the players look forward to this. You know, every player should look forward to this event. If you go to the events again, you know, you push hard for this, okay? I think this is like a 2 weeks or every so or often. If you look at the Hero Rally, I mean, this goes on for at least 2 weeks or so or whatnot. You know, players look forward to doing this and getting those rewards. You get the free rewards, go all the way up to, you know, here, which you don't get too much. But, you know, if you wanted to buy this, you're not going to buy this for Philly. You can get Philly from the daily packs. And they even put Philly into the Hall of Chiefs. Okay? Now, what big spender is going to want to push for the Hall of Chiefs to get Philly if they could just spend in the daily packs and get Philly without having to push hard for the Hall of Chiefs? It doesn't make sense to me. There's no logic in this. And I don't want people to think I'm ranting on the game. I'm trying to help the game. I really do. But they got to start listening to the player feedback. And I did have a discussion with one of their Discord members, you know, and I think he was a moderator. They have some good moderators. There's nothing wrong with the people in their Discord. But they're free players. And, you know, these packs, you know, a $10 pack's not for a free player. They need to be incorporating some feedback from players that actually spend in their game. It seems like they only focus on the high end of the game and not of the low or even mid-range players. I don't even think mid-range players, spenders, are happy in this game at this point right now. I think the low spenders are kind of happy. There are some packs that I have to give them credit. They do make an effort for some of their packs, but the mid-range spenders, I just don't think they really are happy with this game, the way they got this. And I think the Hero Rally pack is one of them things I think it needs to be improved. And I think they just started putting those fire crystals in it. So maybe that's going to give them more of an incentive for people to want to spend in that. Maybe I'll start to buy that so I can stock up on those. So if I ever get to level 30, maybe in 5 years from now, I can actually use those and build up my base. Maybe that might be helpful at that point. But even still, I don't want to see Philly in this. Maybe they need to make more heroes in the game. I mean, the game's been out. They had it in beta for a few months. About half of a year now, give or take, with how they've had it. Have they added any heroes in the game? None. So maybe they need to be added another hero or something, and put that into the Hall of Chiefs for people to try to win. And maybe add some more another hero for the hero rallies, or try to avoid putting the same hero in the hero rally as they're doing in the dailies. Maybe they could put in the hero rally, instead of Philly, maybe they could put Alonzo in. We're gonna go here, the heroes. Okay, these are the new heroes here: Philly, Flint, and Alonzo. If you look at where you can get Alonzo at, you can only get him from the Hall of Heroes. Why not put him in the hero rally? I think I'm not the only one here that's seeing this issue. And what's bothering me is whenever I go to their Discord to try to give feedback to people that are supposed to be involved in this to help the game, all I get is resistance. I get people telling me I'm wrong. That's not how it really should be, or that they don't agree. Here's an idea. How about you start listening to the players that spend money in your game? I got a news flash for everyone. I have spent money in this game. I don't power level or raise. I do this to help the players. I spend it so I learn the game. So when I see that this isn't working, I guess I've been hoping that maybe somebody involved in the game would start to listen to my feedback, because they're not. I don't understand this, guys. If you're still watching this by some chance still, I know I've been ranting on here and, mumbling on and, all that. But post your feedback. What do you think? I think I'm right. Maybe, post a comment, say, yes, Baron, they should be listening to you, because I at this point, I don't know what's wrong with this game, and I know the developers, I don't think it's the issue with the developers. I think it's got people involved with running their social media. I think they're not getting, the developers aren't getting the feedback they need to be getting, because there's a middleman in the middle that's stopping a lot of the feedback that the developers probably really should get, that would help them. I think it's safe to say the developers in this game want to make money. They want to make a lot of money. And if they're not listening to the spenders, the low spenders, their medium spenders, and maybe even their high spenders, I think they don't. I think the high spenders don't care. But if they're not listening to all their spenders, they're not going to make the potential that they need to make in this game, that they could make, and I don't understand their logic in this, why is this the case, and I used to be a content creator for this game, and I got to be honest, I did get out of it, and I'm happy that I did. I didn't agree with a lot of the things that they were saying about this game, and I still don't agree with a lot of the things that they say about this game, and I don't agree with them when they say that the spenders are happy in this game. I just don't think they are. Maybe the high-end spenders don't have an issue because they can buy, the daily packs. I mean, $5 a day. That's no problem for a big spender. You think about that. You can get 10 Philly shards a day, at least, okay? For 80 days. How much does that add up to? 800 shards of Philly. You don't have a problem getting Philly at that point if you're a big spender. But a medium spender, they're going to get 20 of them, and every 2 weeks or something, for 3 months or so. You're looking at maybe 120 shards maybe, or 100 shards, something like that. Is that even worth it? It's not. A medium. The truth is, a medium spender is not going to go for Philly. They're going to keep Molly because they're going to want to focus on Flint. That's the ones that they're going to want. They're going to want Flint, and they're going to keep Molly, in my opinion. I just don't think a medium spender is happy with the packs that the hero rally. I just think it's lacking, and I don't know what to do at this point, guys. I know some of you guys watch my content, and I try to make a lot of helpful videos on a lot of things, but at this point, I don't know. I feel like I'm just pissing in the wind here, because the people involved in running their social media in the game just don't seem to be listening to the player feedback of the spenders, which is a shock to me. You would think they want to listen to the people who spend money in their game, but I think the biggest problem is, I'm not ragging on anyone. I think there's a lot of good people in their Discord and their social media involved with that. But they're all free players. And I don't know how they can think what's best for the game if they don't even spend in the game. It's mind-blowing to me. Well, anyway, guys, this is it. I'm going to keep it at this point. If you do like my content, if you agree with me, post some comments or something. Let me know what you think. Am I right on this stuff? Maybe we need to get more people involved in their Discord and voice their opinion out and tell them that they need to be making these changes, because I just don't see how people like the hero rally right now. Maybe once tomorrow comes out, I'll make another video on it, maybe, maybe I'll change my mind. I still doubt it. But anyway, this Bear and a Bear. Talk to you guys later. And have a great weekend. But remember, you gotta feed the bear. Okay, guys. Talk to you later.